What's up guys, Skottyy here. Welcome back to my Transport Fever 2 gameplay. Remember to like and subscribe if you're new. Now one thing, you can actually make these kind of hug the road, weirdly. Which sort of I'm going to do because that's going to be a tightish corner. And I don't want to dig away the bank too much. Because doing landscaping and that sort of thing in this game is the expensive bit. So if you can avoid landscaping, like I did sort of here, so I dug down a little bit because it's really weird. If you can avoid that, it's kind of better for you because it's cheaper. It's cheaper to put tracks on top of the ground than digging them into like a ditch, which is just fairly logical really if you think about it. There we go, so we're going to have them come in like that. Now we've dug it in there, but there's not a lot we can do about that. They're all 75 miles an hour, so that's nice and happy. That's the line in place. We're going to place down our little good shed in here, not good shed, you know what I mean, the train depot. Which weirdly, this doesn't change. You can be in the modern era with hyper fast bullet trains, yet this is the train depot you are left with. Yeah, not convinced. So what we're going to do is we've got loads of trains in place. Look at these. Apparently we can unlock the Mark III coach so far. Some of these I'm curious about. Some of these look absolutely awesome. I absolutely love them. Right, let's get some trains in. So we can't afford, so we haven't got anything like that. Oh, some of these are really quite cool. Oh god, so these are gorgeous. These are absolutely beautiful. Well, I might have to go for you. Yeah. Going for yellow. How much are you? 3 million. You're mine. Right, wagons, cargo. Now, annoyingly, there isn't one thing that can do both bricks and oh wait, yes there is. You can do anything. I'm fine with that. What's our budget? 8 million. What's our length? Doesn't say our length, annoyingly. Okay. Right, let's go. Now, let's build our line. So apparently we do have this magical truck that can carry anything. To be fair, open wagons and such, they're kind of like the workhorse. They can pretty much carry most things, so that shouldn't be an issue. Right, so Swanley, we want you to collect everything. We don't mind for Swanley South because, yeah. But what we're going to... Full load, but we're going to say, right, only collect half the amount of bricks. So we only want half the amount because I think it's a 2-to-1 ratio. Is it? No, it's a 1-to-1. So in theory you could do it, but we'll keep it like that for now, and if it gets funny then we'll change it. Let's name the line. So line 1. We're going to call it the Swanley brick rail. Swanley brick rail. Okay, right, and right, so let's say you are on the Swanley brick rail, and let's see this gorgeous locomotive. Look at that. Doesn't that just look absolutely beautiful? Let's So I didn't see what the top speed of this locomotive is, but I can't imagine it being very fast. Bearing in mind it is still only 1901. How long is our train? Quite long. That's worrying. That's okay. I'm going to name the train. Brook Express. Do they fit in? Does it fit in this station? Answer: no. We overshoot by 3, which is okay. Manage vehicle, and what you can do is little watches. Modify. What are you waiting on? Oh, I think you're waiting on the next. You're going to up us down? No. Swing. Now you're going swinging. There we go. It had gone to the wrong station first. Ooh, auto-saving. The auto-saving in this game is a little bit more than janky. Not going to lie. It's incredible that as a modern game, because I will count this as a modern game. The first one I would have said it was an indie developer, because it felt very kind of, I would say half-baked. It was 3/4 baked, so it was a good game, and it had a lot of fundamental great things in it, but it just felt a little bit, I don't know how to describe it. It didn't feel complete. It didn't feel like it was a full game studio developing it. I'll put it like that. Whereas now this is the second one, so they've had all the money from the first one, which was very successful, and Steam had it as number 1 for quite a while actually. And so they had all the money from the first game, so that would have given them the ability to buy and hire more developers and people to help with the game, and so it's a little bit more of a studio. So with this now being the second one, and the graphics are 10 times better in this one than they are the first one. This is a gorgeous game. Like, literally, look at those graphics. They are beautiful. They really are. And even for this, like, this is a custom asset. Someone has sat there and built this. Even this looks gorgeous. But by default, let me jump off the train. Let me just... So, watch the train go past. Look, it's got a bloody fox. There is a fox. There is wildlife. And the best bit about this is the more you pollute your world, the more you have big, heavy, noisy trucks, trains, things going through your world, the less nature you actually have. So in the start of the game, you actually have like bears and deer and things roaming around in places. So let me find something else. So you actually have birds as well. You've got a lot. Seeing if you can find anything. So you don't tend to find them near roads or anything like that. If you don't use the road, then potentially you will. But say, look at this tree. That's a really nice damn tree. It's a really good damn tree. I'm just trying to find something else. I've seen bears before. We've seen the fox, but like even if I go quite close to the town, actually, there you go. There's a bear in the town. Now, when the town develops and it's quite big, some birds. You didn't see anything, so cranes flock. But yeah, when the town develops, you actually start to see these wildlife kind of stop coming in close, and you actually see less and less of them, which is a really nice, subtle kind of It's just quite a cool mechanic, really. There's a shadow here for something. Oh, there it is. What was that? Eagle. There you go. So, it's a really well developed game. So, going back to the original point, this is a really well developed game. It's got a beautiful game engine, it's got a beautiful mechanics and stuff in it, it looks gorgeous, but the thing that lets it down, well, two things that let it down. One, the autosave is janky to fuck. For a modern game, stopping the simulation to save the game, we haven't had that for years in games. City Skylines has nailed it. They're really good at auto-saving. Yeah, it kind of goes a little bit finicky for a couple of seconds, but you're still playing. You know, things like that. Whereas this just literally goes, "Ugh," and then just kind of kills over as it's auto-saving. The other thing that lets this game down a lot is it's fine at the start of a game like this, but the more things you have running in the game, the slower and slower it gets. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing against this game, because there's lots of games that struggle with that. City Skylines is quite particular. Now, you might not notice it because they kind of disguise it quite well. But that game struggles when you have a large city, simply because, well, it's hard for it to function with that many kind of moving assets and stuff like that. But yeah, so I don't kind of hold that against this game that much, because there's lots of games which struggle with that. But what I do hold against it is that this really grinds. When you have a large game operating, this really starts to grind down and gets quite janky. But other than those 2 points, it's beautiful, and I highly recommend going and downloading it, because all they're going to do is keep developing it, and eventually they'll come out with a third, which will be just beautiful. So buy the game, support the developer, great game. Love it. 10 out of 10, would buy again. Okay, so what we can see here, after that mini rant, is this train has gone up to the depot up at the top, and has gone and collected some of the stone from the quarry. It has then come down to this factory here, the construction materials plant, and has unloaded all of its stone. And you actually get to see it in the yard, which is quite cool, in like these little metal bins. So you can actually see how much is still in there. There you go. Which is really nice. So you get to see how much is actually still left, and then it turns that into construction material, which is then laden into my train, and hopefully what we'll see is over time this will actually get more and more quicker and quicker, because as you can see here we've got like a little set of rules. So it's a 1-to-1, so which is quite nice, and most of them are 2-to-1 to be fair. So you can see how much production it is. So the more you use it, the higher the production is, the faster it can operate. Then you've got shipment, which is how much are you shipping at a time. Transport is how much. Now this is one which is confusing, because I've heard different things about this. Transport is the kind of, are you completing its journey, if that makes sense. So shipment is how much you're taking away and using. Transport, I think it's how much like you can, it's how much you kind of get it to the end product. Someone correct me on that. Now that's the one I'm not sure about, because it's always flashing. It's like, no, you're not transporting enough. And it's like, I know, I haven't left yet. Right, what are you waiting on? So there's, I'm confused. Why are you waiting? I'm actually going to go load, if any. There you go. So now this is loaded with bricks. We're going to go then all the way down. Now, question, are we going to get this train for depth before the end of the episode? I don't think so. So you'll see this train get into the station in episode 3. Haha. Maybe.